All right, welcome back. So as I said before, I want to do a few videos for those getting into whether it's PRS or NRL hunter competitions, or maybe just looking to get into long-range shooting or plinking in general. Just going to do a few videos, kind of a series on where to start, whether that's caliber selection, gear, rifles, factory custom, factory ammo versus hand loads, different training you can do at home, at the range, things that I think have helped me throughout my career. So just wanted to dive in real quick today with caliber selection. This is for PRS only. NRL hunters slightly different, as they do have that power factor that they need to meet, so some of these would not qualify. So this will be for PRS. All of these calibers would work for long range shooting or plinking in general. So I guess it does cover both of those, but these are calibers that I have or currently shoot. There are many other options, so definitely something to look into, but I know it can be overwhelming when looking at things because there are so many options nowadays. So we'll go ahead and dive right in. To start, I do have a 223 Remington here just for size comparison, pretty well known caliber. But where I started was with the 6.5 Creedmoor. I bought a Ruger precision rifle, it's a factory rifle. I absolutely loved it, shot extremely well. That's how I learned about the fundamentals of long-range shooting. Did not really use it in competition. Ended up selling it after a few years and building a custom rifle. I did have a barrel cut for that in 6.5 Creedmoor as well. Very popular option because of all the factory ammo choices that you have and how good those factory ammo options are. It was a little bit more popular, I think, when the PRS sport was kind of taking off. Maybe died down a little bit now due to some of the other calibers that are available. With that being said, I still see quite a few people shooting it, so definitely don't shy away from it if you're interested. I think it's a really good option. Has good barrel life, not a high recoiling round. These are hand loaded, but these are 135A tips that I run at 2850, so it still gives you pretty decent speed for what it is. So I shot that barrel out. I do swap gear, calibers, things a lot. I like to try new things. So when I burn out my 6.5 Creed barrel, I kept it in the Creedmoor family, but I moved on to a 6 Creedmoor. Here we go. This became a little bit more popular as the sport did. Same case as the 6.5 Creedmoor. They just take it from a 264 diameter neck down to a 243. So you're shooting that smaller bullet. So obviously shooting it faster. The goal was to have a nice, fast and flat shooting cartridge that would give you a little bit of relief on elevation and hopefully cut through the wind a little bit quicker. Ballistic coefficient wise, a little bit lower. So the wind is going to hit it a little bit harder. But if you're getting to that target faster, it might not have time to. So I think that was the thought process behind this. This bullet here, this is a factory 108 ELDM. I shot hand loads when I shot mine. I shot Berger long-range hybrid targets, 105 grain. Berger hybrids, 105 grain. I ran those at 3125. So those were moving pretty fast. Burned my barrel out pretty fast. And that's kind of why I moved away from the 6 Creed, was just the barrel life. As I was beginning shooting more, the barrel burns out pretty quick. So just something to keep in mind if you're looking at the 6 Creedmoor. From there, and where I currently am for PRS, is the 6 GT. So again, as you can see, size-wise, quite a bit smaller than the 6 Creed. They shoot the same bullets. The GT will be a little bit slower, not by much, honestly. You could run it pretty close to the same speed if you really wanted to, but this is a 109 ELDM. I run these at 2,900 feet per second. Tough part about these is there is only one option for factory ammo that I'm aware of. GA Precision sells Hornady 108 grain ELDM, 6 GT factory ammo. There may be a few others that have hit or hitting the market here shortly that I'm unaware of. But as far as match grade factory ammo, that is the only ammo that I know of. So this is something that you might need to hand load for. This became pretty popular because the 6 Dasher, the 6 BR or bench rest, or the 6 BRA, which which I believe is the bench rest Ackley improved. Those are becoming more and more popular. From my understanding is they had slight feeding issues on some of those calibers, so they developed the 6GT to feed reliably from your standard 308 mag. So I have ran matches with MBT mags, I have ran matches with ARC mags. I have never had a feeding issue on either one of them. No modifications had to be done to the magazine whatsoever. Probably the easiest caliber that I've ever hand loaded for, if that's something you do. Any powder charge, any seating depth, any bullet I've tried, no issues whatsoever. It seems to shoot absolutely everything. Super, super low recoiling round, especially with a heavy PRS gun. Mine is 27 or 28 pounds, so it's basically like shooting a 22. So this is what I currently shoot. Does have quite a bit longer barrel life than the 6 Creed, which is why I moved to it. But after seeing the ease of loading and how well it shoots, I think it'll be hard to move on if I ever wanted to. So this is what I currently shoot for PRS. I do also have a 25 Creedmoor that can be shot for PRS. I use it for NRL Hunter matches, but I do know some guys that shoot it for PRS. Again, same case as a 6.5 Creedmoor, but these 25 cal, these quarter bore bullets are becoming more and more popular again, and they're making these longer, heavier bullets that are having a super high ballistic coefficient. So I think it's kind of pushing the 6.5 out. Because those long bullets have that high BC. This does not have factory ammo available that I'm aware of. There are companies that load for it. I would consider them custom companies like Unknown Munitions. I believe Copper Creek is another. I'm sure there's a few others out there, but you can buy it. It is considered custom loaded ammunition, so it's quite expensive. So you would need to hand load for something like the 25 Creedmoor, at least for the time being. But just wanted to give you that option. Those are the 4 that I have shot in matches. Again, there are plenty other options out there. I just haven't shot them. I know the choices can be very overwhelming when you're getting into shooting. So kind of wanted to show where I started, kind of how I've progressed and where I have landed here on this 6GT.
We'll jump in and take a look at some numbers here for these 4 cartridges. We'll start off with the ballistic coefficient. If you're not familiar, the ballistic coefficient is essentially the bullet's ability to overcome drag or resistance as it travels through the air. A higher number in this situation would be better. So as you can see, that long quarter bore bullet for the 25 Creedmoor comes in first, followed by the 6.5 Creed, the 6GT, and the 6 Creedmoor. Again, these are the bullets that I am shooting out of these, so the factory ammo, if purchased, may be a little bit different. This is taking a look at bullet drop at 500, 1,000, and 1,500 yards. I do shoot mils, so all these numbers are in mils. As you can see, pretty even on the top 3 out to about 1,000 yards, and it starts to separate a little bit as you go beyond that. That 6 Creedmoor on the bottom, though, the Speed Demon, definitely a clear leader here with that fast, flat shooting cartridge. Lastly, we'll take a look at some windage. This is for a 10-mile-per-hour wind coming straight out of the 3 o'clock. As you can see, pretty close. Just off a couple tenths here or there until you start to get out to that 1,500-yard mark. That's where that 25 Creed and that high BC bullet really starts to separate itself. Not that we engage 1,500-yard targets in NRL Hunter matches, but I do use the 25 Creed for those, for that high BC bullet, to help fight the possibly switchy winds or gusty winds, throughout the course of a stage.
So that is what I shoot. As always, if you have any questions regarding any of the calibers, questions like that, feel free to throw them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I am hoping to progress again with kind of this series, just different gear, things like that you might be looking for as a newer shooter. So if there's something you are looking to see, definitely comment and let me know. And if I have it or know someone that has it I can borrow it from, I would definitely kind of show you what it is, if I use it, why I use it. Maybe I used to use it and why I've moved on. So as always, hopefully this helped a person or two kind of figure out some options that might work for them, maybe some options that won't work for them. But as always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you next time. Thank you.